chapters 1 through 9 of the book of Jeremiah from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapters 1 through 9 of the book of Jeremiah from the Young's Literal Translation. Chapter 1. Words of Jeremiah, son of Hilkiah, of the priests who are in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin, unto whom the word of Jehovah hath been in the days of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. And it is in the days of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, till the completion of the 11th year of Zedekiah, son of Josiah, king of Judah, till the removal of Jerusalem in the 5th month. And there is a word of Jehovah unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly I have known thee, and before thou comest forth from the womb I have separated thee, a prophet to nations I have made thee. And I say, Ah, Lord Jehovah, lo, I have not known to speak, for I am a youth. And Jehovah saith unto me, Do not say, I am a youth, for to all to whom I send thee thou goest, and all that I command thee thou speakest. Be not afraid of their faces, for with thee am I to deliver thee, an affirmation of Jehovah. And Jehovah putteth forth his hand, and striketh against my mouth. And Jehovah saith unto me, Lo, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have charged thee this day concerning the nations, and concerning the kingdoms, to pluck up, and to break down, and to destroy, and to throw down, to build, and to plant. And there is a word of Jehovah unto me, saying, What art thou seeing, Jeremiah? And I say, A rod of an almond tree I am seeing. And Jehovah saith unto me, Thou hast well seen, for I am watching over my word to do it. And there is a word of Jehovah unto me a second time, saying, What art thou seeing? And I say, A blown pot I am seeing, and its face is from the north. And Jehovah saith unto me, From the north is the evil loosed against all inhabitants of the land. For lo, I am calling for all families of the kingdoms of the north, an affirmation of Jehovah. And they have come, and put each his throne at the opening of the gates of Jerusalem, and by its walls round about, and by all cities of Judah. And I have spoken my judgments with them concerning all their evil, in that they have forsaken me, and make perfume to other gods, and bow themselves to the works of their own hands. And thou dost gird up thy loins, and hast arisen, and spoken unto them all that I command thee. Be not affrighted because of them, lest I affright thee before them. And I, lo, I have given thee this day for a fenced city, and for an iron pillar, and for brazen walls over all the land, to the kings of Judah, to its heads, to its priests, and to the people of the land. And they have fought against thee, and they prevail not against thee, for with thee am I, an affirmation of Jehovah, to deliver thee. Chapter 2. And there is a word of Jehovah unto me, saying, Go, and thou hast called in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus said Jehovah, I have remembered for thee the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, thy going after me in a wilderness, in a land not sown. Holy is Israel to Jehovah, the firstfruit of his increase. All consuming him are guilty, evil cometh in unto them, an affirmation of Jehovah. Hear a word of Jehovah, O house of Jacob, and all ye families of the house of Israel. Thus said Jehovah, What? Have your fathers found in me perversity, that they have gone far off from me, and go after the vanity, and become vain, and have not said, Where is Jehovah, who bringeth us up out of the land of Egypt, who leadeth us in a wilderness, in a land of deserts and pits, in a dry land and of death shade, in a land none hath passed through it, nor dwelt hath man there? Yea, I bring you into a land of fruitful fields, to eat its fruit and its goodness. And ye come in and defile my land, and mine inheritance have made an abomination. The priests have not said, Where is Jehovah? And those handling the law have not known me. And the shepherds transgressed against me, and the prophets have prophesied by Baal, and after those who profit not have gone. Therefore yet I plead with you, an affirmation of Jehovah, and with your sons' sons I plead. For pass to the isles of Chittim, and see, and to Kedar send, and consider well, and see if there hath been like this. Hath a nation changed gods? And they are no gods. And my people hath changed its honor for that which doth not profit. Be astonished, ye heavens, at this, yea, be frightened, be greatly wasted, an affirmation of Jehovah. For 2 evils hath my people done. Me they have forsaken, a fountain of living waters, to hew out for themselves wells, broken wells that contain not the waters. A servant is Israel? Is he a child of the house? Wherefore hath he been for a prey? Against him roar do young lions. They have given forth their voice, and make his land become a desolation. His cities have been burnt without inhabitant. Also sons of Noth and Tahpanhes consume thee, the crown of the head. Dost thou not do this to thyself? By thy forsaking Jehovah thy God, at the time he is leading thee in the way? And now, what? To thee in the way of Egypt, to drink the waters of Sihor? And what? To thee in the way of Ashur, to drink the waters of the river? Instruct thee doth thy wickedness, and thy backslidings reprove thee. Know and see that an evil and a bitter thing is thy forsaking Jehovah thy God, and my fear not being on thee, an affirmation of the Lord Jehovah of hosts. For from of old thou hast broken thy yoke, drawn away thy bands, and sayest, I do not serve. For on every high height, and under every green tree thou art wandering, a harlot. And I planted thee a choice vine, wholly a true seed. And how hast thou been turned to me, to the degenerate shoots of a strange vine? But though thou dost wash with nitre, and dost multiply to thyself soap, marked is thine iniquity before me, an affirmation of the Lord Jehovah. How sayest thou, I have not been defiled, after the Baalim I have not gone? See thy way in a valley, know what thou hast done, a swift dromedary winding her ways, a wild ass accustomed to a wilderness. In the desire of her soul she hath swallowed up wind. Her meeting, who doth turn her back? None seeking her do weary themselves. In her month they find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. And thou sayest, It is incurable. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them I go. As the shame of a thief when he is found, so put to shame have been the house of Israel, they, their kings, their heads, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to wood, My father art thou, and to a stone, Thou hast brought me forth. For they turned unto me the back, and not the face. And in the time of their vexation they say, Arise thou, and save us. And where are thy gods, that thou hast made to thyself? Let them arise, if they may save thee, in the time of thy vexation. For the number of thy cities have been thy gods, O Judah. Why do ye strive with me? All of you have transgressed against me. An affirmation of Jehovah. In vain I have smitten your sons. Instruction they have not accepted. Devoured hath your swords your prophets, as a destroying lion. O generation, see ye the word of Jehovah. A wilderness have I been to Israel, a land of thick darkness? Wherefore hath my people said, We mourned, we come not in again unto thee. Doth a virgin forget her ornaments, a bride her bands? And my people have forgotten me, days without number. What? Dost thou make pleasing thy ways to seek love? Therefore even the wicked thou hast taught thy ways. Also in thy skirts hath been found the blood of innocent needy souls. Not by digging have I found them, but upon all these. And thou sayest, Because I have been innocent, surely turned back hath his anger from me? Lo, I have been judged with thee, because of thy saying, I have not sinned. What? Thou art very vile to repeat thy way. Even of Egypt thou art ashamed, as thou hast been ashamed of Ashur. Also from this thou goest out, and thy hands on thy head, for Jehovah hath kicked at thy confidences. and thou dost not give prosperity to them. Chapter 3. Saying, Lo, one sendeth away his wife, and she hath gone from him, and she hath been to another man. Doth he turn back unto her again? Greatly defiled is not that land? And thou hast committed whoredom with many lovers, and turn again to me, an affirmation of Jehovah. Lift thine eyes to the high places, and see, where hast thou not been lain with? On the ways thou hast sat for them, as an Arab in a wilderness. And thou defilest the land by thy fornications, and by thy wickedness. And withheld our showers, and gathered rain hath not been. The forehead of a whorish woman thou hast refused to be ashamed. Hast thou not henceforth called to me, My father, thou art the leader of my youth? Doth he keep to the age? Watch for ever? Lo, these things thou hast spoken, and thou dost the evil things, and prevailest. And Jehovah saith unto me in the days of Josiah the king, Hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel hath done? She is going on every high mountain, and unto the place of every green tree, and committeth fornication there. And I say, after her doing all these, Unto me thou dost turn back, and she hath not turned back, and see it doth her treacherous sister Judah. And I see when, for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I have sent her away, and I give the bill of her divorce unto her, that treacherous Judah her sister hath not feared, and goeth and committeth fornication, she also. And it hath come to pass, from the vileness of her fornication, that the land is defiled, and she committeth fornication with stone and with wood. And even in all this her treacherous sister Judah hath not turned back unto me with all her heart, but with falsehood, an affirmation of Jehovah. And Jehovah saith unto me, Justified herself hath backsliding Israel more than treacherous Judah. Go, and thou hast proclaimed these words toward the north, and hast said, Turn back, O backsliding Israel, an affirmation of Jehovah. I cause not mine anger to fall upon you, for I am kind, an affirmation of Jehovah. I watch not to the age. Only know thine iniquity. For against Jehovah thy God thou hast transgressed. And thou dost scatter thy ways to strangers under every green tree, and to my voice thou hast not hearkened, an affirmation of Jehovah. Turn back, O backsliding sons, an affirmation of Jehovah. For I have ruled over you, and taken you one of a city, and two of a family, and have brought you to Zion. And I have given to you shepherds according to mine own heart, and they have fed you with knowledge and understanding. And it hath come to pass, when ye are multiplied, and have been fruitful in the land, in those days, an affirmation of Jehovah, they say not any more, The ark of the covenant of Jehovah, nor doth it go up on the heart, nor do they remember concerning it, nor do they inspect, nor is it made again. At that time they cried to Jerusalem, O throne of Jehovah! And gathered unto her hath been all the nations, for the name of Jehovah to Jerusalem, nor do they go any more after the stubbornness of their evil heart. In those days do the house of Jehovah go unto the house of Israel, and they come together from the land of the south, unto the land that I caused your fathers to inherit. And I have said, How do I put thee among the sons, and give to thee a desirable land, a beauteous inheritance of the hosts of nations? And I say, My father, ye do call to me, and from after me ye do not turn back. But a woman hath deceived her friend, so ye have dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, an affirmation of Jehovah. A voice on high places is heard, weeping, supplications of the sons of Israel, for they have made perverse their way, they have forgotten Jehovah their God. Turn back, O backsliding sons, I cause your backslidings to cease. Behold us, we have come to thee, for thou art Jehovah our God. Surely in vain from the heights, the multitude of mountains. Surely in Jehovah our God is the salvation of Israel. And the shameful thing hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flock and their herd, their sons and their daughters. We have lain down in our shame, and cover us doth our confusion. For against Jehovah our God we have sinned, we and our fathers, from our youth even unto this day. nor have we hearkened to the voice of Jehovah our God. Chapter 4. If thou dost turn back, O Israel, an affirmation of Jehovah, unto me turn back. And if thou dost turn aside thine abominations from my face, then thou dost not bemoan. And thou hast sworn, Jehovah liveth, in truth, in judgment, and in righteousness. And blessed themselves in him have nations, and in him they boast themselves. For thus said Jehovah to the man of Judah and to Jerusalem, Till for yourselves tillage, and do not sow unto the thorns. Be circumcised to Jehovah, and turn aside the foreskins of your heart, O man of Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury go out as fire, and hath burned, and there is none quenching, because of the evil of your doings. Declare in Judah and in Jerusalem sound, and say ye, Blow a trumpet in the land. Call ye fully, and say ye, Be gathered, and we go into the fenced city. Lift up an ensign Zionward, strengthen yourselves, stand not still, for evil I am bringing in from the north, and a great destruction. Gone up hath a lion from his thicket, and a destroyer of nations hath journeyed. He hath come forth from his place, to make thy land become a desolation. Thy cities are laid waste, without inhabitant. For this, gird on sackcloth, lament and howl, for the fierce anger of Jehovah hath not turned back from us. And it hath come to pass in that day, an affirmation of Jehovah, Perished doth the heart of the king, and the heart of the princes, and astonished have been the priests, and the prophets do wonder. And I say, Ah, Lord Jehovah, surely thou hast entirely forgotten this people in Jerusalem, saying, Peace is for you, and struck hath a sword unto the soul. At that time it is said of this people and of Jerusalem, A dry wind of high places in the wilderness, the way of the daughter of my people, not for winnowing, nor for cleansing. A full wind from these doth come for me. Now also I speak judgments with them. Lo, as clouds he cometh up, and as a hurricane his chariots. Lighter than eagles have been his horses. Woe to us, for we have been spoiled. Wash from evil thy heart, O Jerusalem, that thou mayest be saved. Till when dost thou lodge in thy heart thoughts of thy strength? For a voice is declaring from Dan, and sounding sorrow from Mount Ephraim. Make ye mention to the nations, lo, sound ye to Jerusalem. Besiegers are coming from the land afar off, and they give forth against cities of Judah their voice. As the keepers of a field, they have been against her round about. For with me she hath been rebellious, an affirmation of Jehovah. Thy way and thy doings have done these to thee. This is thy vexation, for it is bitter, for it hath struck unto thy heart. My bowels, my bowels! I am pained at the walls of my heart. Make a noise for me, doth my heart. I am not silent. For the voice of a trumpet I have heard, O my soul, a shout of battle. Destruction on destruction is proclaimed, for spoiled hath been all the land. Suddenly spoiled have been my tents, in a moment my curtains. Till when do I see an ensign? Do I hear the voice of a trumpet? For my people are foolish, me they have not known. Foolish sons are they, yea, they are not intelligent. Wise are they to do evil, and to do good they have not known. I looked to the land, and lo, waste and void, and unto the heavens, and their light is not. I have looked to the mountains, and lo, they are trembling, and all the hills moved themselves lightly. I have looked, and lo, man is not, and all fowls of the heavens have fled. I have looked, and lo, the fruitful place is a wilderness, and all its cities have been broken down because of Jehovah, because of the fierceness of his anger. For thus said Jehovah, All the land is a desolation, but a completion I make not. For this doth the land mourn, and black have been the heavens above, because I have spoken, I have purposed, and I have not repented, nor do I turn back from it. From the voice of the horseman, and of him shooting with the bow, all the city is fleeing. They have come into thickets, and on cliffs they have gone up. All the city is forsaken, and there is no one dwelling in them. And thou, O spoiled one, what dost thou? For thou puttest on scarlet, For thou adornest thyself with ornaments of gold. For thou rendest with pain thine eyes. In vain thou dost make thyself fair. Kicked against thee have doting ones. Thy life they do seek. For a voice as of a sick woman I have heard, distress as of one bringing forth a firstborn. The voice of the daughter of Zion, she bewaileth herself, she spreadeth out her hands. Woe to me now, for weary is my soul of slayers. Chapter 5. Go to and fro in streets of Jerusalem, and see, I pray you, and know, and seek in her broad places, if ye find a man, if there be one doing judgment, seeking steadfastness, then am I propitious to her. And if they say, Jehovah liveth, surely to a falsehood they swear. Jehovah, thine eyes, are they not on steadfastness? Thou hast smitten them, and they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them. They have refused to receive instruction. They made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to turn back. And I said, surely these are poor. They have been foolish, for they have not known the way of Jehovah, the judgment of their God. I get me to the great, and I speak with them, for they have known the way of Jehovah, the judgment of their God. Surely they together have broken the yoke. They have drawn away the bands. Therefore smitten them hath a lion out of the forest. A wolf of the deserts doth spoil them. A leopard is watching over their cities. Every one who is going out of them is torn. For many have been their transgressions. Mighty have been their backslidings. For this I am not propitious to thee. Thy sons have forsaken me, and are satisfied by that which is not God. I satisfy them, and they commit adultery, and at the house of a harlot they gather themselves together. Fed horses, they have been early risers, each to the wife of his neighbor they neigh. For these do I not lay a charge? An affirmation of Jehovah. And on a nation such as this, doth not my soul avenge itself? Go ye up on her walls, and destroy, and a completion make not. Turn aside her branches, for they are not Jehovah's. For dealt treacherously against me have the house of Israel and the house of Judah. An affirmation of Jehovah. They have lied against Jehovah, and they say, It is not he, nor come in against us doth evil. Yea, sword and famine we do not see. And the prophets become wind, and the word is not in them. Thus it is done by them. Therefore, thus said Jehovah God of hosts, because of your speaking this word, lo, I am making my words in thy mouth become fire, and this people wood, and it hath devoured them. Lo, I am bringing against you a nation from afar, O house of Israel, an affirmation of Jehovah. A nation, strong it is, a nation, from of old it is, a nation, thou knowest not its tongue, nor understandest what it speaketh. Its quiver is as an open sepulchre, all of them mighty ones. And it hath consumed thy harvest and thy bread. They consume thy sons and thy daughters. It consumeth thy flock and thy herd. It consumeth thy wine and thy fig tree. It maketh poor thy fenced cities, in which thou art trusting, by the sword. And even in those days, an affirmation of Jehovah, I do not make you a completion. And it hath come to pass when ye say, For what hath Jehovah our God done to us all these, that thou hast said unto them, As ye have forsaken me, and serve the gods of a foreigner in your land, so do ye serve strangers in a land not yours. Declare ye this in the house of Jacob, and sound ye it in Judah, saying, Hear ye, I pray you, this, O people, foolish and without heart. Eyes they have, and they see not. Ears they have, and they hear not. Me do ye not fear? An affirmation of Jehovah. From my presence are ye not pained? Who hath made sand the border of the sea, a limit age-during, and it passeth not over it? They shake themselves, and they are not able. Yea, sounded have its billows, and they pass not over. And this people hath an apostate and rebellious heart. They have turned aside, and they go on. And they have not said in their heart, Let us fear, we pray you, Jehovah our God, who is giving rain, the sprinkling and the gathered in its season. The appointed weeks of harvest he keepeth for us. Your iniquities have turned these away, and your sins have kept the good from you. For the wicked have been found among my people. It looketh about the covering of snares. They have set up a trap. Men they capture. As a cage full of fowls, so their houses are full of deceit. Therefore they have been great, and are rich. They have been fat, they have shone. Yea, they have overpassed the acts of the evil. Judgment they have not judged. The judgment of the fatherless, and they prosper. And the judgment of the needy they have not judged. For these do I not inspect, an affirmation of Jehovah, on a nation such as this? Doth not my soul avenge itself? An astonishing and horrible thing hath been in the land. The prophets have prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people have loved it so. And what do they at its latter end? Chapter 6. Strengthen yourselves, sons of Benjamin, from the midst of Jerusalem. And in Tekoa blow ye a trumpet, and over Beth-Hakerem lift ye up a flame. For evil hath been seen from the north, and great destruction. The comely and the delicate one I have cut off, the daughter of Zion. Unto her come do shepherds and their droves. They have stricken tents by her round about. They have fed each in his own station. Sanctify ye against her the battle. Rise, and we go up at noon. Woe to us, for turned hath the day, for stretched out are the shades of evening. Rise, and we go up by night, and we destroy her palaces. For thus said Jehovah of hosts, cut down her wood, and pour out against Jerusalem a mount. She is the city to be inspected, holy. She is oppression in her midst. As the digging of a well is for its waters, so she hath digged for her wickedness. Violence and spoil is heard in her. Before my face continually are sickness and smiting. Be instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul be alienated from thee, lest I make thee a desolation, a land not inhabited. Thus said Jehovah of hosts, they surely glean as a vine, the remnant of Israel. Put back thy hand as a gatherer to the baskets. To whom do I speak and testify, and they hear? Lo, their ear is uncircumcised, and they are not able to attend. Lo, a word of Jehovah hath been to them for a reproach. They delight not in it. And with the fury of Jehovah I have been filled. I have been weary of containing. To pour it on the suckling in the street, and on the assembly of youths together. For even husband with wife are captured, and elder with one full of days. And their houses have been turned to others, fields and wives together. For I stretch out my hand against the inhabitants of the land. An affirmation of Jehovah. For from their least unto their greatest, every one is gaining dishonest gain, and from prophet even unto priest, every one is dealing falsely. And they heal the breach of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, and there is no peace. They were ashamed when they did abomination. Yea, they are not at all ashamed. Yea, blushing they have not known. Therefore they do fall among those falling. In the time I have inspected them, they stumble, said Jehovah. Thus said Jehovah, stand ye by the ways and see, and ask for paths of old. Where is this, the good way? And go ye in it. And find rest for yourselves. And they say, we do not go. And I have raised up for you watchmen. Attend ye to the voice of the trumpet. And they say, we do not attend. Therefore hear, O nations, and know, O company, that which is upon them. Hear, O earth, lo, I am bringing evil on this people, the fruit of their devices. For to my words they gave no attention, and my law they kick against it. Why is this to me? Frankincense from Sheba cometh, and the sweet cane from a land afar off. Your burnt offerings are not for acceptance, and your sacrifices have not been sweet to me. Therefore thus said Jehovah, lo, I do give to this people stumbling blocks, and stumbled against them have fathers and sons together. The neighbor and his friend do perish. Thus said Jehovah, lo, a people hath come from a north country, and a great nation is stirred up from the sides of the earth. Bow and javelin they take hold of, fierce it is, and they have no mercy. Their voice as a sea doth sound, and on horses they ride, set in array as a man of war, against thee, O daughter of Zion. We have heard it sound, feeble have been our hands, distress hath seized us, pain as of a travailing woman. Go not forth to the field, and in the way walk not. For a sword hath the enemy, fear is round about. O daughter of my people, gird on sackcloth, and roll thyself in ashes. The mourning of an only one make for thee a lamentation most bitter. For suddenly come doth the spoiler against us. A watchtower I have given thee, among my people a fortress, and thou knowest, and hast tried their way. All of them are turned aside by apostates, walking slanderously, brass and iron, all of them are corrupters. The bellows have been burnt, by fire hath the lead been consumed. In vain hath a refiner refined, and the wicked have not been drawn away. Silver rejected, they have called to them, for Jehovah hath kicked against them. Chapter 7. The word that hath been unto Jeremiah from Jehovah, saying, Stand in the gate of the house of Jehovah, and thou hast proclaimed there this word, and hast said, Hear a word of Jehovah, all ye of Judah, who are coming in at these gates, to bow before Jehovah. Thus said Jehovah of hosts, God of Israel, Amend your ways and your doings, and I cause you to dwell in this place. Do not trust for yourselves unto the words of falsehood, saying, The temple of Jehovah, the temple of Jehovah, the temple of Jehovah are they. For if ye do thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if ye do judgment thoroughly between a man and his neighbor, sojourner, fatherless, and widow ye oppress not, and innocent blood do not shed in this place, and after other gods do not walk, for evil to yourselves, then I have caused you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, from age even unto age. Lo, ye are trusting for yourselves on the words of falsehood, so as not to profit, stealing, murdering, and committing adultery, and swearing to falsehood, and giving perfume to Baal, and going after other gods, whom ye knew not. And ye have come in and stood before me in this house on which my name is called, and have said, We have been delivered, in order to do all these abominations. A den of burglars hath this house, on which my name is called, been in your eyes? Even I, lo, I have seen. An affirmation of Jehovah. But go ye, I pray you, unto my place that is in Shiloh, where I caused my name to dwell at first, and see that which I have done to it, for the wickedness of my people Israel. And now, because of your doing all these works, an affirmation of Jehovah, and I speak unto you, rising early and speaking, and ye have not hearkened, and I call you, and ye have not answered. I also to the house on which my name is called, in which ye are trusting, and to the place that I gave to you and to your fathers, have done, as I have done to Shiloh. And I have cast you from before my face, as I have cast out all your brethren, the whole seed of Ephraim. And thou dost not pray for this people, nor lift up for them crying and prayer, nor intercede with me, for I hear thee not. Art thou not seeing what they are doing in cities of Judah, and in streets of Jerusalem? The sons are gathering wood, and the fathers are causing the fire to burn, and the women are kneading dough to make cakes to the queen of the heavens, and to pour out libations to other gods, so as to provoke me to anger. Me are they provoking to anger? An affirmation of Jehovah. Is it not themselves, for the shame of their own faces? Therefore, thus said the Lord Jehovah, Lo, mine anger and my fury is poured out on this place, on man and beast, and on tree of the field, and on fruit of the ground, and it hath burned, and it is not quenched. Thus said Jehovah of hosts, God of Israel, Your burnt offerings add to your sacrifices, and eat ye flesh. For I did not speak with your fathers, nor did I command them in the day of my bringing them out of the land of Egypt, concerning the matters of burnt offering and sacrifice. But this thing I commanded them, saying, Hearken to my voice, and I have been to you for God, and ye are to me for a people, and have walked in all the way that I command you, so that it is well for you. And they have not hearkened, nor inclined their ear, and they walk in the counsels, in the stubbornness of their evil heart, and are for backward, and not for forward. Even from the day when your fathers went out of the land of Egypt till this day, I send to you all my servants the prophets, daily rising early and sending, and they have not hearkened unto me, nor inclined their ear, and hardened their neck. They have done evil above their fathers. And thou hast spoken unto them all these words, and they do not hearken to thee. And thou hast called unto them, and they do not answer thee. And thou hast said unto them, This is the nation that hath not hearkened to the voice of Jehovah its God, nor have they accepted instruction. Perished hath steadfastness, yea, it hath been cut off from their mouth. Cut off thy crown, and cast it away, and lift up on high places lamentation. For Jehovah hath rejected, and he leaveth the generation of his wrath. For the sons of Judah have done the evil thing in mine eyes, an affirmation of Jehovah. They have set their abominations in the house on which my name is called, to defile it, and have built the high places of Tophet, that are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters with fire, which I did not command, nor did it come up on my heart. Therefore, lo, days are coming, an affirmation of Jehovah, and it is not said any more, the Tophet, and valley of the son of Hinnom, but valley of the slaughter, and they have buried in Tophet without place. And the carcass of this people hath been for food to a fowl of the heavens, and to a beast of the earth, and there is none troubling. And I have caused to cease from cities of Judah, and from streets of Jerusalem, the voice of joy, and the voice of gladness, voice of bridegroom, and voice of bride. For the land doth become a desolation. Chapter 8. At that time, an affirmation of Jehovah, they bring the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of its princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of inhabitants of Jerusalem, out of their graves, and have spread them to sun, and to moon, and to all the host of the heavens, that they have loved, and that they have served, and that they have walked after, and that they have sought, and to which they have bowed themselves. They are not gathered nor buried. They are for dung on the face of the ground. And chosen is death rather than life by all the remnant who are left of this evil family, in all the remaining places whither I have driven them. An affirmation of Jehovah of hosts. And thou hast said unto them, Thus said Jehovah, Do they fall and not rise? Doth he turn back and not return? Wherefore hath this people of Jerusalem turned back, a perpetual backsliding? They have kept hold on deceit. They have refused to turn back. I have given attention, yea, I hearken. They do not speak right. No man hath repented of his wickedness, saying, What have I done? Every one hath turned to his courses, as a horse is rushing into battle. Even a stork in the heavens hath known her seasons, and turtle and swallow and crane have watched the time of their coming, and my people have not known the judgment of Jehovah. How do ye say, We are wise, and the law of Jehovah is with us? Surely, lo, falsely it hath wrought, the false pen of scribes. Ashamed have been the wise. They have been affrighted, and are captured. Lo, against a word of Jehovah they kicked. And the wisdom of what have they? Therefore I give their wives to others, their fields to dispossessors. For from the least even unto the greatest, every one is gaining dishonest gain. From prophet even unto priest, every one is dealing falsely. And they heal the breach of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace! And there is no peace. They were ashamed when they did abomination. Yea, they are not at all ashamed, and blushing they have not known. Therefore they do fall among falling ones. In the time of their inspection they stumble, said Jehovah. I utterly consume them, an affirmation of Jehovah. There are no grapes in the vine, yea, there are no figs in the fig tree, and the leaf hath faded, and the strength they have passeth from them. Wherefore are we sitting still? Be gathered, and we go into the fenced cities, and we are silent there. For Jehovah our God hath made us silent. Yea, he causeth us to drink water of gall, for we have sinned against Jehovah. Looking for peace, and there is no good, for a time of healing, and lo, terror. From Dan hath been heard the snorting of his horses, from the voice of the neighings of his mighty ones. Trembled hath all the land, and they come in and consume the land and its fullness, the city and the inhabitants in it. For lo, I am sending among you serpents, vipers that have no charmer, and they have bitten you. An affirmation of Jehovah. My refreshing for me is sorrow. For me my heart is sick. Lo, the voice of a cry of the daughter of my people from a land afar off. Is Jehovah not in Zion? Is her king not in her? Wherefore have they provoked me with their graven images, with the vanities of a foreigner? Harvest hath passed, summer hath ended, and we have not been saved. For a breach of the daughter of my people have I been broken. I have been black. Astonishment hath seized me. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician here? For wherefore hath not the health of the daughter of my people gone up? Chapter 9. Who doth make my head waters, and mine eye a fountain of tears? And I weep by day and by night for the wounded of the daughter of my people. Who doth give me in a wilderness a lodging place of travelers? And I leave my people and go from them. For all of them are adulterers, an assembly of treacherous ones. And they bend their tongue, their bow is a lie, and not for steadfastness have they been mighty in the land. For from evil unto evil they have gone forth, and me they have not known. An affirmation of Jehovah. Each of his friend, beware ye, and on any brother do not trust. For every brother doth utterly supplant, for every friend slanderously doth walk. And each at his friend they mock, and truth they do not speak. They taught their tongue to speak falsehood, to commit iniquity they have labored. Thy dwelling is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refused to know me. An affirmation of Jehovah. Therefore thus said Jehovah of hosts, Lo, I am refining them, and have tried them. For how do I do because of the daughter of my people? A slaughtering arrow is their tongue. Deceit it hath spoken in its mouth. Peace with its neighbor it speaketh, and in its heart it layeth its ambush. For these things do I not see after them? An affirmation of Jehovah. Against a nation such as this, doth not my soul avenge itself? For the mountains I lift up, weeping and wailing, and for the habitations of the wilderness, a lamentation. For they have been burnt up without any passing over, nor have they heard the voice of cattle. From the fowl of the heavens unto the beast they have fled, they have gone. And I make Jerusalem become heaps, a habitation of dragons, and the cities of Judah I make a desolation without inhabitant. Who is the wise man? And he understandeth this. And he to whom the mouth of Jehovah spake, and he doth declare it. For what hath the land perished? It hath been burnt up as a wilderness, without any passing through. And Jehovah saith, Because of their forsaking my law that I set before them, and they have not hearkened to my voice, nor walked in it, and they walk after the stubbornness of their heart, and after the Baalim that their fathers taught them. Therefore thus said Jehovah of hosts, God of Israel, Lo, I am causing them, this people, to eat wormwood, and I have caused them to drink water of gall, and I have scattered them among nations which they knew not, they and their fathers, and have sent after them the sword, till I have consumed them. Thus said Jehovah of hosts, Consider ye, and call for mourning women, and they come, and to the wise women send, and they come. And they hasten, and lift up for us a wailing, and run down our eyes do tears, and from our eyelids do waters flow. For a voice of wailing is heard from Zion. How have we been spoiled! We have been greatly ashamed, because we have forsaken the land, because they have cast down our tabernacles. But hear, ye women, a word of Jehovah, and your ear receiveth a word of his mouth. And teach ye your daughters wailing, and each her neighbor lamentation. For death hath come up into our windows, it hath come into our palaces, to cut off the suckling from without, young men from the broad places. Speak thus, an affirmation of Jehovah. And fallen hath the carcass of man, as dung on the face of the field, and as a handful after the reaper, and there is none gathering. Thus said Jehovah, Let not the wise boast himself in his wisdom, nor let the mighty boast himself in his might. Let not the rich boast himself in his riches. But In this let the boaster boast himself, in understanding and knowing me. For I am Jehovah, doing kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these I have delighted. An affirmation of Jehovah. Lo, days are coming, an affirmation of Jehovah, and I have laid a charge on all circumcised in the foreskin, on Egypt, and on Judah, and on Edom, and on the sons of Ammon, and on Moab, and on all cutting the corner of the beard, who are dwelling in the wilderness. For all the nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in heart. The end of chapters 1 through 9 of the book of Jeremiah, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. Recording by Mark Penfold.